Hey, welcome back to another episode for Life for Living Well. My name is Richard. Before I dive into the topic I have for us this week, I'd like to quickly say if you like to know what this community stands for, what we do weekly, or you even like to sign up to our weekly article straight to your email, you can sign up on our website at www.lifeforlivingwell.com. If you also miss any of this podcast or you want to see the video blog on the YouTube, you can just search for the name Life for Living Well, and it will bring you to our channel. And let's get started without taking much of our time. Today, the topic I have is what I call 5 money habits of a winner. So once again, the topic is 5 money habits of a winner. So the question is, are you a winner? If you listen to me and listen to this podcast right now, you are. So let's dive into it. As we normally do, we start every podcast with one inspiration individual word, and we build our message around that. Today, I'm taking from one of the great philosophers called Aristotle. So he said about the habit, this is how he put it: the quality is not an art, it is a habit. So when you do things in an excellent way, almost every time, it's not something that you are put on for anyone to see. It just becomes part of you. So, and when you meet a winner, they don't put extremely effort to display things that they are really good at. It just becomes an habit for them. And we wanted to say some of these, what are the actions they have taken to develop this habit in them. Maybe you or I have already in that part already and we're not aware. So this message will be more or validation of that for us. So let's dive in without taking much of our time. Today, there are many articles and books that I've written about how to be a winner. It even gives the steps for a successful life and living. But few of these resources can actually truly provide insight into what makes an individual a winner. That's the thing that I want you to bear in mind. If there's a book that is written how to be a most successful person in the world, in terms of wealth, in terms of relationships, in terms of business, in terms of living, in terms of material blessing, believe me, it will be the most popular book in the world. But there's nothing like that. There's so many different puzzles that are valuable, and it just depends on you how open you are to put what you read, what you gather from the knowledge into practice. Because it do you no good to read things and not follow it through, to listen to things without critically ask questions about it, but just assimilate it. It won't do you good for a long time, even for a short time. So it takes self-awareness of our actions and intention to even try to change a habit. So if you have the habit that doesn't serve us, or it has become an obstacle in our way. It really takes an awareness of it to see how it's sabotaging us and try and take an actions about it. Many people, they evilly try everything possible in their hand to sabotage their own relationship, their own life, their own progress. How do they sabotage their own progress? They recognize the opportunity where they are, but they refuse to take the right action that will open the door for them. What are the right actions? In some cases, it could just be that they didn't have enough skills for the role that they wanted to get. But they also get into the habit of procrastinating of when and how to do things to get them to what they want today. So the habit of procrastination, you firstly needed to be aware how it's sabotaging you before you can even try to change it. So not everything available to us is actually healthy or can help us become a winner. So let's focus on the brief habit of winners that they follow in the morning. These habits are documented in their autobiography of many respectable individuals, spanning from the business leaders to athletes who overcame setbacks. We really don't know what exactly it is in the morning, but there's something about people that decided to wake up early in the morning, even from the days of Roman Empire to their current day. There are still industry leaders that they prioritize to wake up very early, and some of them claim that they get a lot of things done before 8 o'clock in the morning. So the 4 hours of the time is focus. And there's also something with people that they work best in the evening, in the night when everybody is sleeping. And what I see in all these things is you bound to have focus when everything is quiet at that particular time. So the distraction is reduced. But for this particular podcast, we're looking solely into what the money habits can bring to our life. Why money habits make a lot of people that follow it a winner. Perhaps it can be for you as well. So let's look at it one by one. So this one is clearly obvious. Number one, wakes up early. So wake up early, what does that mean? Are you the person that you start working at 9 but you get up at 8? So you are between an hour to get yourself ready to have something to eat. Maybe you walk, maybe your house is close to your working place or your business, so you just walk down. Perhaps you will need to rethink this to give you time to focus on yourself as well, because you can't give what you don't have. Once you're able to give to yourself, you're able to give to others that come to contact to you. So why did they wake up early? So according to the resources that are available, so to put it in a short word is, so they have time to detox, relax, and be passionate toward their goals. So we often underestimate the power of a calm mind and accustomed to multitasking. So these are the things that perhaps many of us are still guilty of. We loaded our to-do list daily with a lot of things that we want to do. We probably don't do most of it right because there's so much thought that you want to do in one day. But you probably have 7 to 9 hours. But if you really want to get things done, I probably think you would consider to be giving up to 11 to 14 hours a day. But out of those days, you probably have 3 to 5 hours focus. And then the question is, when is the best time you get this focus for you? It's definitely nothing you will get between your 9 to 5, 9 to 8. If you're lucky, you probably get 2 hours focus at a time. So, we are accustomed to multitasking, rushing, and constant distractions. Winners create a buffer between their personal interests and work interests. So when they get up in the morning, some try to read the book for a couple of minutes before hit the gym or go out for a run, or stretch or yoga in their own comfort home. They enjoy their drinks, maybe a glass of water or a cup of coffee or tea. It depends what you are. So the purpose of all these things that I'm telling you is to calm your mind down, is to relax, is to stretch, is to pay attention to how your body is feeling, is to pay attention to your thoughts, is to observe as an observant to what is going on in your mind. So mornings have a unique quality where focus and clarity of purpose are usually at their peak. So that is the point. So you're able to set the goals and agenda of what you want for that day. Number 2, set clear, measurable, and achievable goals. There is power in writing down your goals or tasks. Doing so significantly increases the chances of achieving them. Many people, actually 80% of people, in their mind, they know what they want to achieve. And they think they know how to do that. But what not happen throughout the day, they don't really know when they give so much of their time to other people's agenda, the news, the social media, the colleagues, the family, and they don't have the boundary to manage these things, because these things are there. This thing will happen all the time. But if you don't really have a clear goal, what you wanted to do, how you want to do it, how much time you want to put into it, how do you measure your goals? These are the things that you cannot ignore. And they should be measurable each day. At the end of the day, you can be able to look into your diary, into your list, and say, I set up to do 1, 2, 3 today. Did I do it well? If I'm not, why I'm not doing it well? What can I do to improve it tomorrow? And this little micro habit is what become a real habit that people say, oh my God, he he or she is so effective, so productive. So pay attention to the details. That is not one of my qualities, to pay attention to the details, but doing this actually really help to develop and improve that area that is my personal weakness, as I want to get involved in many other things. But it slow you down, make you focus on to one thing at a time. Number 3, learn something new. And what is the best way of learn something new? Today, it could be through reading, writing, and we got to prioritize learning things, new things. Because when you learn new things, one thing out of many things that bring into you is taking you out of your comfort zones. It's not limiting you, it's just taking you away from your comfort zone, because you will arrive or experience in that journey things that you didn't realize that it exists, or you believe that that's how it is, but it question your beliefs. Because what the worst thing any person can do for themselves is to collaborate in deception to themselves, because it limits your potential, it limits what you're capable to do. If you build your life on lies, someone said that there is not much advantage between those who cannot read and those who do not read. So carefully think about that word, that sentence. You have no advantage over someone that cannot read. But if you can read and you refuse to read, there's no difference between both of you. So, this is probably true if you think about it. The little gadgets we all have these days have disrupted women's intellectual growth in a way. How did they do that? So this is where I'm coming. The constant distraction for notifications, social media. I want to be slowed down with social media, because as much as social media bring a great good things into our life, it also have element of destructive energy when it's combined with unaware human beings, and they also use it to sabotage themselves. But it also have a lot of advantage, and people don't talk much about the social media advantage, and I think it depends on your age, the generation that you fall into. But the destructive element can be very, very damaging if it's not well used, or maybe everyone need to be educating about using these tools, using this platform in a way that is more beneficial to the users. So every time you try to focus, you get a notification on your phone, or it's been a few minutes a while and you have not received any notification. You start checking your phone whether it's connected to data or Wi-Fi. That what is going on? What do you mix? So you have the fear of mixing out. So everything looks silent. You wanted to connect that you still exist. This, all these things slow us down. It distracts us from main focus that we want to put our mind to. However, we have vast resources available to acquire knowledge and understanding. Learning doesn't stop after primary education. As children, we have an endless capacity for growth and development through continuous learning. So embrace it. I think few weeks ago or last 2 weeks, I talked about the power of learning new things. So this point is also come up with this topic. So what he's trying to say to us that we have to embrace to continue to learn, because it is important to push us, take us away from our comfort zone. So number 4, I'm coming toward the end of this podcast in a few minutes. Number 4, meditation or calm mind. So when I put it this way, is that it's the same thing that I said when you get up early in the morning. That's not the time you rush to do things. It calms you down, you relax, you focus on that moment, where you are in that moment, without worry about what happened yesterday, what you're going to start today. You just be in the present. And there's much more advantageous in able to calm our minds, because the world can be very, very, very noisy. In a world that becomes louder by the hour and day, finding solace and silence within is a treasure. There are many ways to approach meditation or silence. So you have to find the one that is suits you. Sometimes I do so many different things for me to get into the meditation stage. So you could find the one that really suits you. For me, it could be intentional walking, where I just listen to my footsteps, listen to my thoughts, and then bring it back to what I'm doing at that moment. It could be washing the plate, or even mostly when I'm tidying up the house. It just be mindful of what I'm doing. My mind will do what my mind needs to do. It needs to bring thought to my awareness so it can take me away from what I'm doing at that moment. I need to do what I need to do to bring my mind, watch what he's saying, and bring me back to what I'm doing. So you have to find what take you to your own meditation level, or what calm your mind down. Lastly, focus work. This is one of the ingredients of the winner. When you say focus work, it just means that you are intentional about what you are doing, and you block the time that you want to do it with no distraction that comes for something that can wait until you finish. People that will call you, they don't know you are doing a focus work. So what you're supposed to do is put your phone into flight mode if you can. Or don't have your phone with you. And tell the people in your life to be aware that you need 2 hours, you need 3 hours, so that you will not appreciate to be distracted from it. And they will understand. But if you don't communicate with them, the people that you live with, it will be difficult for them to be on the same boat with you. So never underestimate the importance of focus work. Winners often tackle their most critical tasks in the morning, while others are still sleeping. The idea behind focus work is to block out distractions and interruptions. So this is very common with writers. They could choose serene countryside location to do their creative work. If you cannot get away, you can still minimize distraction proactively. Like I said, set your phone to flight mode. Set a timer to how long you want to be in that focus work so that something alerts you when you reached it and you are happy to stop at that time. Or work when your household is quiet and there are fewer or zero distractions. So that is the end of the podcast for this week. So finally, when you consistently engage in this habit for a few years, you will begin to see a positive change in your world. A winner is not always born but made. Many people talk a good talk but fail to take the right actions. A great wise man once said, "Take not what a good man is, but become one." That is what most people run away from, because becoming a one means that you have to take actions that sometimes is not comfortable. If you are used to wake up at 7 and you decided to change your alarm to 6, your body will resist it for a few days. But if you keep on persistent to it, sometimes you wake up 6:30, sometimes you wake up 7. But if you go back and start again, your body will submit to your will eventually. But not just wake up 6, 5. What do you want to do when you get up at that time? That is very important. So I hope this message helps someone. And until we meet again next week, please stay safe. Ciao.